Hello, I'm Amanda. Welcome everyone. I'm a sex therapist and I'm excited to talk about this topic of being toxic today. Hit like, subscribe, and the bell for more information. So determining if you're toxic or the relationship you're in is toxic is pretty personal and intimate. So let's get serious with ourselves. Stay until the end and we're going to take some inventory here. So first off, trust and lack of it. If you're constantly worried about what's happening on their phone, if you're constantly accusing them of cheating without any evidence, if you're worried about who they're talking to, but there's no proof, this might be toxic because if there's no proof, it's going to be hurtful and harmful to the relationship and therefore you could be seen as toxic. Also, if you're doing things like checking their phone without permission or telling them what they can and cannot wear, these are things that, if without consent, are toxic or controlling. Next, constant criticism. Are you constantly criticizing instead of making changes? If you're upset with what someone else is doing, one of your choices is you're able to leave. So instead of leaving, are you just criticizing and nagging someone for something that they're not changing? That might be toxic. It might be healthy if it's negotiated and consensual and you both are agreeing that you want this type of coaching. However, it would be toxic if no one has asked for this and actually someone has said, these are my boundaries, please stop bringing them up, and you continue to bring them up. That would be toxic, to be critical and criticizing over and over. Next, isolation from others. If you are uncomfortable with your partner going to see coworkers, friends, family for no reason, that is toxic because isolating someone is seen as abusive. Now, if there's something like your partner's in recovery and their best friends are all addicts, that's something that you might have agreed upon. But in the case of just insulting, belittling people that your partner has been around their whole life, just because you've come on the scene and you're part of their life now, that is toxic if you isolate them. What do you think are signs of a toxic relationship? If you have a ton of unresolved conflict, you have nothing in common with one another, your preferences are so different, and there's drama over and over. You're changing statuses, you're posting things on social media to get them to feel something. This could be toxic. It might be something that you tried in high school or early adult years, and now it's probably best we find a different strategy because that could be seen as pretty negative. Lack of support and empathy. If every time your partner brings something up to you, you are critical, not interested, or bringing what you want as the focus, that is toxic. That is not empathetic nor loving. Loving is about listening and comprehending, respecting, and allowing. So there are a lot of things that are empathetic, and it's important to let the person experience what they're feeling without changing what they're feeling. If you constantly are dismissing your partner's feelings, that is toxic. Sorry for the bad news, but you might be toxic. Here's the thing, we're all a little bit unhealthy, so that's why I made the communication guide. And also, if you haven't read Nonviolent Communication, consider it or get the Connect guide because it's basically parts of the book really condensed down into one video. Hit like, subscribe, and the bell. Say hi on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube. If you have any questions or comments, right below. Catch you next week.